Does Stray Kids always sing live? I mean, I think we do. You guys are probably wondering if we ever lip sync, but I think I actually saw a video a couple days ago. Wait, let me see if I can find it. Here it is. Yeah, and it was just a video. It's a video about I guess showing the differences between what is what when you know, we do music, like when we perform, right? Like for example, there is live, there's lip sync, and here it says autotune. And then I'm gonna be here to try and explain as much as I know, because I guess I am the one who's performed, right? Autotune is a plugin. Like it's something completely different. Let's say for example, this is a mic, and if I sing into it, like for example, when I did Kingdom, you know our Mayfly performance when I did a rap. Renaissance 2021, the movement has begun, splatter in the world, this is our kingdom. That time I was using autotune. Now what autotune does is it puts in like an effect onto the mic. So when I go it automatically catches the notes onto the right key. So you would sound really robotic, and that is what autotune does, okay? But I think people get confused with the term autotune and just tuned, because sometimes, you know, when like a video comes out and then you can see the people singing, but you know, it's, so what happens is if it's not live and it came in the like video came like a little later, it's basically they sing it, and then with the recorded files, then you tune the notes. I mean, because there's probably going to be parts where it's a bit, you know, like it could have been better, right? I mean, we've done that too. So sometimes that would be, we would call that, I guess, tuned vocals, right? What else is there? Lip sync. I think the only time Stray Kids would lip sync is when we're filming a music video, or now there's times, okay, people probably get confused, but there's times when people, no, there's times when we have to pre-record the vocals before we film the actual performance. Like what I mean is, because sometimes the people who want to, you know, who are directing the stage, they want to do everything like cut by cut. So like they want to film this part, and then they want to film this part, and then film this part. But then, because we can't, sometimes it could depend on the place, or it could depend on, I guess, just like, because you have to edit so much that, you know, it might be very unnatural. That's why we record on the stage before we perform. So we record the whole thing, and then we would just perform. But then we wouldn't actually sing, but because we've already pre-recorded the thing, then we, you know, we film matching according to that. Like a good example would be, do you guys remember the performance that we did like on top of the building? Now the reason why we had to pre-record that was because there was a lot of wind. It was raining too, and it was, you know, dangerous. So before we actually performed or filmed the performance, we recorded the vocals first and then we filmed, because then that would make it a bit more, I guess, safe, and I guess in the audience perspective, you know, there won't be too much wind noise and that kind of stuff. So that's why that's one of the reasons. That's an example of when we would pre-record. Another time we pre-recorded was for our for Thunderous, when it was in like a really iconic stage. That time as well, because there was a lot of parts where we would, you know, go to different places to, you know, film the parts. But then, you know, based on those parts, we can't always record the vocals, so that's why we had to pre-record it and then do that. And there's another thing I guess people were confused about was the backtrack, right? So when we perform, we prepare our, I guess, our mics and everything, but we also prepare our MRs, and so our backtrack, so called. But a backtrack is basically just the music, but it has parts where it's filled with some of our parts, because sometimes because of the performance, you know, we can't sing a part. Like for example, for me, when I do District 9, Sack the Digibana, Ayo, da Digibana, Ayo, hey, that part is really high, and of course I can try to sing it, but that part, because I always have to jump, that's why it's kind of really hard to sing. That's why that part I have to like lip sync. But I guess the backtrack is basically, I guess, the supporting vocals of when you perform live. Basically, because sometimes there would be places where, you know, where they have the mic setting to like a certain setting where it kind of just sounds like the vocals aren't, you know, suiting well with the instrumental, right? So that's why sometimes we have, you know, already set vocals to support, you know, what I'm actually singing. That's why yeah, so most of the times we would prepare a backtrack for our live performances, because just in case, it's case by case scenario, but like sometimes the venue or the way it comes out onto, you know, the speakers, it might sound different to what we want, so that's why we have a very supportive backtrack. But in the end, I mean, even the pre-recorded vocals, we are still singing it. But like, yeah, I don't think there's ever a performance where we would be like, yeah, I mean, because we always want to sing it. It's inside us. We're always like, oh, we want to sing this. We want to sing. Because sometimes it would be, I guess some places would be like, oh, can you guys just, you know, can you guys just lip sync the song? But you know, it just doesn't suit us, because so we'd be like, no, but we have to sing. I mean, we have to turn the mics on for us. We have to at least sing. I mean, it's part of us. So yeah. So yeah, I don't think Stray Kids actually lip syncs on stage. If we did, there's probably a reason for it. And if you want to know, you can just ask me, and then I'll tell you the reason. But besides that, we always try to sing live. So yeah. Well, that happened. Oh yeah, so this was a video. It was just like showing our performances.